Hello, dear friends. This is a summary of the most complete information I have found on this topic. Open in peace. The Enigma of Chinese Elders, Guardians of Wild Gold, the group of the Big Five. They claim their gold reserves, the legend of the Eight Immortals, seismic shift in the balance of power, architects of a global currency reset, Sinister lease contract of 1914, the Global White Hat Coalition, defenders of the little freedom we have left. Do not confuse Great Reset with Global Currency Reset. Let's start. A mysterious group known as the Chinese Elders one wielded unimaginable power in the dark realm of global finance. In a world shrouded in secrecy, the search for truth becomes an act of defiance, and the story of the Chinese elders and the global currency reset is a testament to the indomitable human spirit. Do not confuse Chinese elders with the eight Chinese immortals, although they say that some Chinese elders have managed to prolong their lives through their alchemy. Chinese culture is full of legendary figures and characters that are associated with longevity, wisdom, and immortality, such as the Eight Immortals, a group of mythological characters that appear in Chinese legends. Each of them has special superpowers, and they are famous for their longevity and wisdom. These characters are often part of popular stories and are often depicted in Chinese art and literature as symbols of the search for immortality and spiritual wisdom. The idea of achieving immortality through alchemy, meditation, or the practice of martial arts is a recurring theme in Chinese mythology and classical literature. Reconstruction. According to Steve Biko, whatever complaints one may have about the global currency reset, there is no denying that it has never been as widely known as it is now. But everyone has a different opinion on it. But it is not just about money, but about ethical and moral values. It is similar to setting the banquet table, knowing that it will be a delicious meal, but you cannot force anyone to eat. Now, the nations with more than half of the world's GDP are in the lead. Millions of spaceships hidden on Earth are setting limits to the battle. No nuclear weapons, no world war. We know that our star family will not allow the explosion of nuclear weapons. Furthermore, as the energy of love increases and expands, many people will be unable to withstand the higher frequencies, and after the transition, they will face the consequences of their actions. I hope that this time we do not repeat the exchange of hate that marked the debates during the health crisis. I don't think almost anyone wants the economy to collapse and fail completely. Rebuilding the broken networks would be a difficult and painful process. And we, as a global society, begin our journey through a joyful celebration or a painful awakening at the same time. According to Goldilocks, we are witnessing the new QFS forming its final building blocks. The new economy is called Digital Asset Based Trading System. Technology is the key to advancing global currency reset, as its primary mission is to level the playing field for all countries in the world. Currency exchange is part of the Basel III capital requirements. Everything is being backed by gold and other commodities. Do you see exchange taking place? More and more agreements are being concluded with the BRIC system, in addition to talks on current trade agreements. A star announcement by Dinel. The time has come. The idea is no longer just an idea. The hard work, the long nights, and the sacrifice have become something we can touch, see, and experience. According to Keshe, social distancing was a practice for the future and will be repeated again. In the coming days, you will be socially distancing yourself from many friends and family. This is due to the difference in the frequency of individuals and the reality chosen by each being. You have chosen to be part of the fifth dimensional F. Others have chosen other realities and frequencies. He has convinced many people not to believe, they have convinced many people not to believe what they see. Guardians of gold. For centuries, Chinese elders dominated an extensive reserve of global gold, lending it to established financial systems and shaping the destiny of nations. Media greed delves into this enigma and its fundamental role in upcoming global currency reset. This saga is a modern epic filled with mysterious figures, hidden deals, and a financial reckoning. At the center of this intrigue are the elusive Chinese elders, a conglomerate of multi-generational Chinese families who have dominated the global financial landscape for centuries. It is claimed that for generations, Chinese elders were custodians of 90% of the world's gold reserves. Their influence extended far beyond China's borders, as they lent this precious metal to countries around the world, facilitating the creation of financial systems that have underpinned economies for centuries. The global currency reset is not a random event. It was meticulously orchestrated by Chinese elders through a group known as the Elder Five. These venerable gentlemen are supposed to hold the key to rebalancing the global financial system. It is a process that would change the course of human history. Leasing contract. In a sinister turn of events, Duck lineage families signed a 99-year lease on the gold reserves of Chinese elders in 1914. This bold move allowed them to funnel taxpayer funds through a network of institutions, private property, and a labyrinth of banks. Its operation spanned the globe, with headquarters strategically located in Washington, D.C., the City of London, and the Vatican. As the world teetered on the brink of an economic crisis, a clandestine alliance emerged to challenge the forces at play. The coalition, together with the World-Round-Letter team, joined white hats from 17 countries, including Spain, France, Germany, Netherlands, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Hungary, Poland, Romania, Russia, Finland, Croatia, Canada, Korea, Australia, and the US. Its arsenal is not limited to conventional means, includes the quantum financial system and the Space Force. These assets, combined with superior intelligence, formed the backbone of their resistance. The global currency reset is not simply a financial shift, but a seismic shift in the balance of power. As the world's currencies are restored to a new standard, elderly Chinese have reclaimed their gold reserves. The QFS emerged as a model of transparency and efficiency, leaving behind the archaic financial systems of yesterday, and the coalition prepared to usher in new era. BrisConnection. Formed in 2008, the BRICS initially appeared in response to the mortgage crisis. They claim they continued printing dollars despite being bankrupt and unable to pay interest on gold lent to elderly Chinese. By elderly Chinese, I mean. This gold underpinned the role of the dollar in international trade. Over the years, the BRICS are said to have carried out comprehensive assessments of the gold reserves of 209 nations or countries, a crucial steps in preparation for the long-awaited global currency reset. At the heart of this project is the idea that after the reset, all countries' currencies would be equal, each in a one-to-one ratio with the others, transforming the structure of financial power in international trade. The reset would be the key to leveling the playing field for all nations in the world. This project is a story full of intrigue, dark alliances, and great ambitions. While it captivates the imagination with its dramatic narrative, it remains a theory shrouded in secrecy, although there are many signs of change. The world is a complex place, and the forces that shape it are often more intricate than they appear on the surface. As we navigate the complexities of our global landscape, let us remain vigilant, seeking the truth in a world where the line between fact and fiction is increasingly blurred. The Davos Forum. Some have raised concerns about the implementation and impact on the economy and individual freedom of the Davos Forum's Great Reset. It is true that the concept of the Great Reset proposed and imposed by the Davos Forum it is not supported by all countries, and some nations, such as China and Russia, have disagreements with the proposals and policies associated with this project. But do not confuse Great Reset with global currency reset. Economic policies and perspectives on global issues vary significantly across countries and regions. Therefore, there are likely to be disagreements and differences in how different governments and international actors address the economic and social issues raised by the Great Reset. It is important to note that the Davos Forum and its Great Reset proposal are non-governmental initiatives and are not elected governments, nor do they have the authority to make binding decisions on behalf of the citizens of any country. Furthermore, a process of public deliberation and consideration is missing. If there is concern about how these proposals may affect the population, it is important that citizens have the opportunity to participate in public debate and express their opinions through democratic channels. Transparency and public participation are key elements in any policy discussion at the national and international level. In a democracy, and in many political systems, power is derived from the consent of the people through participatory decision-making processes. In these societies, regulation should be developed and applied based on the will and agreement of the majority of the population, for the benefit of the common well-being and respect for individual rights and freedoms. In authoritarian or totalitarian political systems, a small group of leaders has significant control over policies and decisions without the same level of oversight and accountability found in democracies. In democracies, citizens have the theoretical ability to influence policy through citizen participation, but this doesn't always happen. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.